Nice work, nice work. Let's get some more shots up before we get out of here.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Atlanta, where we'll see the Hawks going up against the Boston Celtics. So for the Celtics, their last game, a win against the Hawks in Atlanta. A terrific underdog win in that last game. They're feeling good, looking to keep it up tonight. And for all those teams that have wrapped up playoff spots, Shaq, what can we expect from them strategically here at the end of the regular season?
Well, for the top team, Ernie, it becomes about securing home court advantage. You want to be peaking at the right time heading into the playoffs. We've seen a lot of teams, Ernie, start off strong. Where are they now?
Do you want rest if you're a frontline player, if you're a guy who's playing a lot? Do you need some rest before the playoffs?
You know, a lot of people answer that question, and if you played more than 8 years, yes, you need rest. If you're a young player...
At the shooting guard position, at 6'6" number 10, Tim Hardaway Jr. Starting at small forward, standing 6'5", number 24, Kent Bazemore. At guard 6'2" from Wake Forest, number 0, Jeff Teague. Center, 6'10" from Florida, number 15, Al Horford Boss. At forward from Louisiana Tech, number 4, Paul Millsap. The head coach of your home team is Mike Budenholzer. Ladies and gentlemen, your Atlanta Hawks.
It's the Eastern Conference on display, featuring the Boston Celtics. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. They continue to spread the load, trying to compensate for the injured Kyle Korver.
Kevin, it looks like he should make a welcome return after being hurt a few weeks back.
Yeah, and I guarantee you no one is happier about that than he is.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Jared Sullinger is out there with Johnson. And it's Speedy in at the 1. Teague against Bradley. Millsap a screen. Teague drives in. Outside Hardaway. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from three-point range.
On the wing, Turner. Pass to Speedy. He tries for 3, and he gets it to go. Speedy's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Teague's it to Bazemore. To the middle, here's Millsap, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
The feed now to Johnson. To the middle. Rejected by Teague. Here's Bazemore, who's guarded by Johnson. And Bazemore kicks to Teague. Another three for Atlanta.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Turner passes to Speedy. Right at the free throw line. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Teague drives in. Bazemore for three. Offensive rebound. Horford good.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Feeds to Johnson. Horford against Zellinger. The 15-footer, good.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Teague gets to Millsap. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
The Celtics working the ball around now. The baseline J. No good from Speedy.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Bazemore misses. Hardaway dishes to Bazemore. And that one's good.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has.
And here's Atlanta. They're on a 14-5 run. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Calderon is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Cephalosha in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Horford up top. Clock at 6. The rebound by Speedy.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Allen passes to Speedy. The 17-footer goes down. Speedy's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Celtics. The Hawks leading by 5. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, phenomenal. He ended with 19 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, he made play after play in that game.
Let's see if he can keep it going tonight. I say he does. I'll bet he goes off again.
That's a pretty bold prediction there. I mean, he's going to have to be very, very strong to even come close to dittoing that performance.
That's tipped. Now Schroeder, looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Horford. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Now, here's Schroeder. Tight defense on him. Millsap a screen. Shoots off the screen. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Schroeder's got the lead up to 9 now for Atlanta. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Pass to Millsap. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
When you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77.
Here's Atlanta. They're on a 19-7 run. And Teague, here we go. Horford. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Well, just take a look at what Horford's done tonight. He's got 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them. I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Teague drives in. Can't hit from the elbow.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Takes the three. It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Speedy. 59 seconds left here in the second. Here's Bazemore. 5 points in the game. That doesn't go in either for Teague.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier. You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Dishes it to Horford. They set the pick. Outside Teague. And the pass to Humphries. 6 to shoot. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. They get the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Speedy the pass to Buchanan. It's Bradley on the wing. Pass to Speedy. The 17-footer. Breaks a big height bounce and goes in. Speedy's got it back down to within single digits for Boston. And so that brings the first half to a close. Hawks lead by 8. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I've got Jose, and what is foremost in your mind going up against these guys tonight?
They know how to play, so that's what we got to give.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
A nice quarter for Speedy. He has 12 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
On the floor for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Johnson is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Speedy in at the point guard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his fourth foul of the contest. The Celtics making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. Horford kicks to Teague. He dishes it to Bazemore. Off target with his three.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Deflects the pass and stolen by Horford. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Down low. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist from Hardaway. And 11 points for Millsap.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
That one's in there. The Hawks' lead is cut back down to 8 points. They needed that one from Speedy. Outside Teague. Here's Bazemore. He has 5. Teague can't hit.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Rejected by Millsap. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Bazemore. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 4 assists now tonight.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. Celtics also with a sub. Tony Allen's checked in for Avery Bradley. Picked by Horford. They get a hand on it. Crowder dishes to Turner. Hits the front of the rim and out. Pushing it up. Here's Cephalosha. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It will be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Jose Calderon. He's checked in for Atlanta. Crowder, the pass to Speedy. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. This is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Speedy. Atlanta leading by 8. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered closely. Millsap has the open look. The Hawks again can't hit. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. The drive by Allen. Passes it to Speedy. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. Number 1, the Celtics.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Evan Turner. Both free throws good from Speedy. And Atlanta has possession. 17 points was their biggest margin. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And nothing to be ashamed about in that game. It was a great effort, I thought, all around. They just needed to have 1 or 2 breaks go their way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, both teams, I thought, played well enough to win the ball game, and yet it doesn't work out that way. There are no ties, so unfortunately, they were the ones who came up short.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Sullinger against Horford. On the wing, it will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Jared Sullinger. Hawks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Calderon kicks to Horford. He used that pick to get in close. Horford's got 10 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that. Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
The Hawks leading by 6. Check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Speedy. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. There's a good screen. Smart dishes to Olynyk. Allen outside, down low. Here's Speedy. Atlanta with the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And he gets the bucket.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Shoots. It's hauled in by Jose Calderon.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Speedy. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 21 points for Freak. The Hawks leading by 7. Schroeder with the ball. He has 5. 17-foot shot on the way. Allen with the rebound. Boston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Here's Speedy. Off target from outside.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Schroeder passes to Humphries. And here's Sefolosha for three. No luck. Celtics trail by 7. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. There's 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now here's Teague. Stripped away. Can't hit. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And the Celtics shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague out there with Hardaway. And it's Bazemore at the 3. The Hawks leading by 5. Stolen. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Johnson kicks to Turner. Millsap with the steal. Bazemore dishes to Teague. Tipped away. Down low, Millsap, and he takes it and slams it home.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Picked by Horford. Teague drives in. No good. Johnson with some nice D. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Atlanta Hawks. Hardaway kicks to Millsap. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Score that one for him, his 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Atlanta.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight. Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
Celtics trail by 4. Right side Turner expanding his range. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his 5th foul. And the Hawks making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. There's the screen. Outside Millsap. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Speedy.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And he gets it to go.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Bradley passes to Speedy. Nice ball movement by Boston. And the basket good. Speedy's got 7 points here in this quarter.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Schroeder kicks to Hardaway. Six on the shot clock. Pulls up, high post. Rebounded by the Celtics. Zellinger's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's deflected. Turner dishes to Bradley. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
And the Celtics making a change here. Crowder's checked in. Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He told them, the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
All right, Doris.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
And that last replay, courtesy of PF. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Boston. Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a two-point ball game.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
There's the pass to Speedy. The dish now to Crowder. Sullinger the screen. It's stolen by Schroeder. Fast break. Here they come. Oh, and the jam by Bazemore.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Millsap passes to Hardaway. Misses from short range.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
The three. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Sullinger. Hits the close-range jumper.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
Atlanta again missing. Boston trailing. Here's Crowder. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Kicks it to Bazemore. Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Speedy. Puts it up from 12. Buries it.
Al Horford clearly has the touch right now.
Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way. What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Count it.
And with that basket, you have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Shoots a three, but they get it back. Pass to Speedy. He kicks to Crowder. Three-pointer. The shot misses. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds clock.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what happened.
Well, I'm here with Paul.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
You gotta love Paul Millsap.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for the.
Any reason you were in such an offensive group tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I had some pretty good looks and was able to knock them down. When my teammates are helping to set me up like that, my part is easy. So, thank you all.
You definitely came to play tonight, but your teammates did not. How disappointed are you in them?
It's frustrating to play the way I did and feel like the rest of the team ain't there to back you up. Whatever, though. I'll keep doing my thing, and sooner or later, the rest of them will figure it out, right?
Following the team recently, it's been clear you're spending a lot of time in the practice gym. Any particular reason for that?
Oh, it's in my DNA, man. You can ask my sister Cece. When I see an opportunity to get better at something, I'm gonna take it. And there's still a lot I can do to get my game better, so I'm gonna work on it until I'm satisfied, which is probably never, but that's besides the point. I'm just a gym rat. I got a badge and everything. I don't know what else to say, so thanks for noticing.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everybody, to the final game of this year's badminton tournament. It's April Fool's Day.
Oh, you
April
caught me.
Fool's
I
Day.
thought I was in the wrong building, Ernie.
Oh, me too.
I was like, what the heck is going on here?
What game is this, is what I was saying. Anyway, it's 2K Sports, and it's the NBA. And we've got the world's biggest joker, Shaquille O'Neal, and one of the most clever ones, Kenny the Jet Smith. The fans are filling the seats out in Boston, the site of our broadcast, and where the Celtics will be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This Cleveland group has been getting things done. There is some significance to this game for them because victory here means they will officially have the third best record in the league. Almost the end of the regular season, several teams looking very good for the playoffs. Kenny, what's more valuable, having well-rested players or getting home court advantage?
Easy. If you're banged up, rest. If you're healthy, home court advantage. Easy, easy, Ernie. But the rhythm and momentum are just as important entering the postseason.
You know what, Ernie? Back in the day, everyone tried to play a full 82. Even if you had a sprained finger or head cold, you're like, forget that, I'm playing. But my advice, if you have a shot at home court, you go for it.
You would play with a head cold?
Oh, my gosh.
I never got a head cold.
I always played with a head because I was cold.
Oh, nice.
Kevin Harlan ailing with a hangnail, but he's still here to make the call.
Welcome to 2K Sports presentation of the NBA, but the bad news is there is no basketball, there is no NBA. The game has been canceled. Ha ha! Happy April Fool's Day, baby. This is the NBA, and we've got a great one in store. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland. That was their second loss in 2 games. Now they've got a chance to turn the tide and get back on course.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Tristan Thompson. And it's Irving in at the 1. Speedy the pass to Sullinger. Fires from deep. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And here's Irving. He's coming off a 10-point game against Washington.
And he also was a table setter in that game, Kevin. Just an amazing job with his passing. Just a joy to watch that one.
The Celtics have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Nice ball movement by Boston. From deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there? Because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation? And that shot. Is being blocked.
And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. We'll go with a different look here. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their last contest, that game against Washington.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
The drive by James. He got it up in time. And, of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous.
Putting all the pressure on me.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example of how to take responsibility and lead.
And, Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Cleveland.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, We've got Channing Frye. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Udrih. Then it's LeBron James. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks just played phenomenal. He finished with 28 points and along the way...
And Boston has possession. It's a 13-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Can't cash in from close range.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Smith dishes to James. Clock at 4. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. From deep, the long-distance 3 is buried. 15 points for Kyrie Irving. Celtics have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. The pass to Speedy. Fires the 3. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Irving kicks to James. Pass to Frye. Screen by Smith. LeBron passes to Thompson. Johnson with the block. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Turner leading the charge.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
And a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Zellinger. Crowder comes in for Johnson. And Tony Allen subbed in for Evan Turner. Here's Dellavedova, guarded by Bradley. All sorts of time. Allen with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Outside Bradley. 1:04 left in the first half. Outer dishes to Olynyk. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see 2 tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
And John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000 barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing they'll remember. But if you ask the players he's played up against, they'll tell you it's his defense that was just as sharp. And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Kicks it to Allen. To the paint. Here's Speedy. No good. And Cleveland will come the other way. At one point, they led by 16.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Inside, it's deflected and stolen by Frye. Here's Dellavedova. He's got 5. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Udrih can't hit from 12.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
No good from Speedy. Now here's LeBron. And we finished one half of basketball.
LeBron, you dominated the back.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Excellent game we've seen from Kyrie Irving. 15 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Jared Sullinger is out there with Amir Johnson. And it's Speedy in at the guard position. That's the Boston 5.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
And a wide open look for Irving. And Boston with the rebound. Speedy the pass to Bradley. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Bradley's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Boston. Now here's Irving. D right on him. The screen from Thompson. Irving drives in. Lob wide open. He fires. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Sullinger with a screen for Turner. Speedy the pass to Johnson. An easy 2 points on the way. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
And all about imposing your will offensively, hitting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's best defenses. Number 1, the Celtics.
Points allowed is one of the key indicators for good defensive effort. And this team does a nice job because they force opponents into tough shots. They don't allow easy shots. They're all on the same page. They're aggressive. They're focused. They pay attention to detail. And for 48 minutes, they're going to make their opponents uncomfortable.
Smart's checked in for the Celtics.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. The shot misses. Good D by Irving. Cleveland leading by 8. Smith kicks to Irving. Poke loose. Here's the break. Here's Smart. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so, it was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. That's good. And now just a 4-point Cleveland lead.
How about this run they're in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Passes it to Speedy. Good work defensively by Smith.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Dellavedova's checked in. Irving with the ball. Now guarded by Smart. Here's Dellavedova. He has 5. And it's Smith missing. Now Smart. He feeds it to Turner. Sullinger passes to Speedy. And it's off the Back rim, no good.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
The offensive rebound, Love. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they... Too hard. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Irving attacking. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
I don't want us taking shots with hands in our faces. Move the ball, spread their defense, and get our shooters some clean looks.
Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. Right around 21 points per, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Sullinger. Crowder comes in for Turner. And Allen subbed in for Marcus Smart. Time now for an injury report.
It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
And it's Dellavedova missing. Celtics trail by 11. The pass to Speedy. And there's the feed to Olynyk. To the inside. Takes it from 10. Love grabs the board. Love's got 5 rebounds tonight. In the corner, Smith with it. Back to Irving. The three-pointer, no good.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And that one's good. 6 points for him.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Goes up from the top of the key. And, yep, couple bounces, and it falls. Irving's got 9 points in the quarter.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up. Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
And it's Love missing. And stolen by Irving. Smith. Offline. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 11. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Udrich out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Thompson in at the 5 spot. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers raised up to just 9 points on the basket from Speedy.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Inside, and Thompson kicks to Udrich. He dishes it to Dellavedova. It's a pick by Love. Dellavedova, the pass to Love. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Johnson can't get it to go.
You know, so many games. Games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Tries a three. Kept alive by Boston, but they get it back. To the inside. Goes up again. Udrih grabs the board.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Three-pointer, Dellavedova. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. Udrih has got 3 assists in the game.
Boston timeout called.
Turner's checked in for Crowder.
Your Celtics dancers, give it up.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. To the inside. And Bradley gets it to go.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
The screen from Thompson. James kicks to Dellavedova. Jumper off the screen. Kept alive. Another shot. That's not going to go. He's 4 for 10.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Udrih. Sullinger defending. And they double him up with LeBron. And Thompson kicks to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. Back to Thompson. Tries from 10. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Cavaliers lead by 14.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
And they're able to recover. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
Bradley passes to Speedy. From beyond the arc and then some. Speedy's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming to the court are your Celtics dancers. Give it up.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Cleveland's head coach was saying to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Johnson, the pass to Speedy, and he dunks it down.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
The drive by James. Here's Thompson. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Irving's checked in for Cleveland. The Cavaliers leading by 12. He kicks it to James. Rebound, Boston.
And that's an important rebound, and especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
But they're still in this one, fellas. Can they pump it up a notch here in the clutch?
Irving with the ball. Now defended by Speedy. It's stolen by Bradley. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. And good on the basket. Hook it.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Irving. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Irving's got 11 in the second half.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Smith with a wide open look and a miss there on the triple. Celtics trail by 12 and stolen by Love.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Cavaliers.
You're right there, Steve. And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And in the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
Well, once they'd taken the first 2 from them, you could just sense how this one was going to go.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Kyrie Irving. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And the assist goes to LeBron.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The shot's good from Speed.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you are in the midst of yet another great season, posting tremendous individual numbers and the team with an outstanding record. Is this the type of season that you set out to achieve right from the...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving. He had a tremendous first half, and that clearly inspired the whole team after halftime. Gave him a big lift.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver, Ernie. He needed this game. You look at how he's been playing recently, and this was huge for him to come out and have a great night. You can really tell a lot about a player, how they break out of a slump. He responded exactly the way he needed to.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. Okay, we're good on the drills for now. Let's make sure we're getting better every day.